Alright, so the big question everyone has with FMF or frame generation in general is how bad is the added input lag? And the answer is it really depends on your starting FPS. If you have at least 80 to 100 base FPS before enabling FMF, the added input lag is going to be minimal and in most cases almost imperceptible, but the visual increase is going to be pretty large. If you're below that number to start, that's when things become a problem. That's when it starts to become a problem. So usually when people have a bad experience with FMF or frame generation, that's what's happening. The thing I tell people to keep in mind with FMF or frame generation is that it's useful to make good performance look great, and what it won't do is make bad performance good. In fact, if your starting FPS is below that 80 FPS range, the extra latency starts to become much more noticeable, and that's where the experience can start to feel worse instead of better. So it feels almost like you're moving through mud, and the response time is very laggy, even if the FPS numbers look higher. AMD has been steadily improving FMF. With every update, they introduce new algorithms specifically aimed at reducing latency and improving smoothness. And it's kind of crazy how good they've gotten FMF 2.1 to feel. So think of FMF or frame generation as a polished feature. It's something that will enhance already strong performance with smoother visuals. It is not a magic fix for low FPS. So that distinction is the key thing to understand. With all that being said, you can see I'm running a 7600X3D here with the 9070X, and I'm getting plus 200 in some areas. At minimum, it'll drop to around 140, and when I'm zoomed in, it's still over 100. So it looks and feels great. The base FPS is right around that 80 to 100 range, so this is a scenario where I would recommend trying it out if you want to improve your experience in Tarkov 1.0 on streets.